So, alright, I had this plan. Monday, we're going to do a video. Tuesday, do a video. Wednesday, going to talk about the fucking debate. And I'm thinking, I'm just planning ahead, I'm thinking there's a high possibility that tomorrow's video is going to be a good one, right? I love doing the debates. I love watching the debates. I'm actually thinking about recording it, actually thinking about clipping stuff out. Not going to happen. Nevertheless, right? I'm excited to talk about, I can't wait to talk about the debate, right? Half of you are here because of a video where I talked about a debate. So, I can't wait to talk about the debate, right? Bearing I know is going to be tuning into tomorrow's video. It's going to be a good one, right? So, what I like to do whenever I know something like that's something that I love. Whenever I know that there's going to be a day coming up where there's going to be something big. I love that shit. Because I can kind of plan around that. And this worked out perfectly. 2 days. I had to fill 2 days. What am I going to do? Am I going to actually pay attention to things that are going on? Or am I going to just freak out about the fucking debate? Well, of course I'm just going to freak out about the debate. I don't give a shit about what else is going on right now. I want to see the debate, right? So, whenever I get in a situation like that, where I know I'm not going to be able to keep my thoughts straight, all I wanted to talk about is the debate, I pick one of you lovely people in the audience, to essentially pick a fight with. Like, it's not how it sounds, but nevertheless, I pick one of you guys who has been disagreeing with me at length for a decent amount of time, that I have tried to actually talk to you in the comments, but it's just going nowhere, right? Again, you're a classroom full of kids in cubicles that are totally separate from each other. I've been talking to one of you for a long fucking time. And, you know, it finally got to a head, and I said, fuck it, this dude's just fucking with me, I don't even care, right? But he persisted, continued. Even though I ignored him, he still kept talking. And so I was like, alright, look. The debate's coming up. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out a way to give you enough rope to hang yourself. And then I'm going to fucking hang you for 2 days straight for the audience. And then that is going to get everybody all amped up and ready for the fucking debate. And then roll into the debate, right? Well, as things have turned out, the guy in question, he met my challenge, and so what he did was he left lengthy comments, which I'm not going to answer in the comment section because I have already answered these questions. And he sent me a link to an unlinked video. And just so you know, dude, you sent me that link whole. It didn't go to spam. I didn't have to approve it. It was right fucking there. This is like, other people haven't trained their channels to understand things. My channel is trained to understand things. Certain things it's okay with, certain things it is not. Links it's pretty much fine with. It even lets the stupid porn ones go through, and I can't train it to not do that, no matter how many times I fucking hide those users or block them or fucking report them or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Nevertheless, now there are times where I do get links in spam, but usually when that happens, it's because it's about the 4th or 5th time that somebody has commented on that video, and then they sent me a link. Well, it goes into spam because they're spamming me. Like, you know, so I'm just saying, like, there is a way around it. I understand that you think you know what you're doing with this, but as you go along, get a bigger audience, you will understand a lot more things. Nevertheless, so he sent me an unlinked video, and I was like, well, all right. And I watched it, and I gave a very serious, honest critique of the video as I watched it. And as far as I am concerned, That is now where it stands. Normally, this video would have been, he didn't even fucking answer me, or whatever else. Or what I was planning to do was to read through all of the comments that he meant today and tear them all apart, right? But that had to happen privately. And we're going to see what happens from there. Because I honestly don't know what happens from there. I've learned a lot listening to his video. Like, the written language is for shit. I love emojis because they allow you to give an emotional context to something. Because there have been times where I've typed things out to people that on paper I read it back and go, ooh, that sounds shitty. You know what I mean? Like, it just has a, if you read it in the wrong way, it has a shitty fucking tone to it. So I put a little smiley face after it. Right? Doesn't sound shitty anymore. Because, right? So I like that, but we can't do that with every fucking sentence we write because it would be stupid. So the written language doesn't do a lot for me. I have studied body language and vocal patterns and things of that nature, right? That is just reading some shit doesn't do nothing for me. So listening to this man speak was interesting. Because here I am listening to something nice. Huh? Here I am listening to a perfectly calm, reasonable, rational sounding man. And he is saying to me some of the fucking most ridiculous, silly, nonsensical gibberish I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like, imagine having a totally calm conversation with somebody about something totally just ridiculous. That normally you would be laughing and but you're not. You're sitting there listening to somebody just calmly say these things. Like, it was interesting for me. It gave me a greater understanding. I honestly, I no longer think this guy's just fucking with me. I do think this guy is one of those people who just is he does his research, but he doesn't like the actual source. Like, he doesn't like the actual source material. He just likes the translations. Right? And so that's what he pays attention to. And because it's not mainstream media, because it's people on YouTube, or because it's, lesser known news organizations, news outlets online, he's thinking that he's doing, like, really good research. Right? Because he's looking into this shit, right? But the thing is, he's not questioning his research material. Now, let me explain. This does happen from time to time. Like, this is one of the annoying things about living here. Every once in a while, somebody will pull up, have their radio fucking going like an asshole, and they'll just sit there for like a song or two, and then they leave. And it's like, what the fuck were you, what, why? Anyways. It's happened as late as 10:30 at night, by the way. Just fucking saying. Bedtime's at 10. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So he sends me a link, finally, to where he actually got this whole Trump is fucking with the electorate deal, right? He finally sends me somebody saying it, right? And it's Ring of Fire. I immediately laugh. Like, as soon as I see that dude, I immediately laugh, right? And so I'm starting to listen to him go through his rat-a-tat, because I already know what I'm doing. I'm only listening to this dude to find out where he's getting his shit from. And then I'm going to go look at that. Because I don't give a fuck what this dude is going to... I don't care about the translation. I want the source material, right? So I'm listening to this dude do his thing. And he starts talking about this article in the Atlantic. And I'm like, okay, so he's talking about some article. So I scroll down into his description. I'm like, did he even link the article? I scroll down into the description. And I see a link there. And I go, fucking A. I click it. It pops up. I get rid of his dumbass because I don't give a shit about what he thinks. I go to them. Right? And it's I didn't even look at who it was. I have no fucking clue. I have no idea where it came from. I just expect it's this Atlantic article, right? This article that he's actually talking about. It isn't. It's a totally other article, right? Written by a completely different news organization. Again, I don't know which one it was because I didn't look at any point. I got pissed off when I realized what was happening, and then I fucking said, and I went to Google and I actually looked up the fucking actual article. So I start reading it, and essentially I'm reading a translation of what was in this fucking article. Somebody telling me what was in this article. And I'm like, I don't fucking care what you think was in the article. I want the article. So I get rid of that horse shit. I go to Google, because I get far enough in it to find out that it was this, whoever senator, right? Talking to the fucking Atlantic. So I'm like, ugh. So I copy paste the senator's name, put that in Google, and I throw up the Atlantic. And then it brings up an article. I click to the first one, because why? Why would it be any article other than that motherfucker talking to the Atlantic? It isn't, though. It's a totally different article. Talking about how the Atlantic article was bullshit. So I begin to read. And again, I don't know where it was from. I don't fucking care. I start reading the article. Right? It's going through the article, and it's a pretty decent sized article. And I'm reading it, and then it gets down to where they're interviewing this senator, or whoever the fuck this dude is, mayor, whatever the fuck he was, a Republican, whatever the fuck guy. Right? He wasn't a senator. He was some Republican dude. I don't know. So they're actually talking to him about it, and he's like, and they're asking him questions about, well, when you said this, what? And he said, well, when I said that was an answer to this question. And then he lists off that question that it was an answer for. And then you go, okay, well, when you said this, what was that? That was when he asked me about that. Like, apparently this shitty fucking activist at the Atlantic decided to interview this guy about one subject and then spun it into something totally fucking different. Right? So, now I'm looking at two things. Okay? I'm looking at still not even the fucking article from the Atlantic. I just want to make sure that everybody involved understands that. The dude that I'm talking to and all the rest of you. I have now gone through one person in the comments who sent me a link to a video, who I linked to the fucking article that wasn't the article, and then I had to Google search the article, which brought up not the fucking article, the fucking article of saying the first article was bullshit. I still haven't even read the fucking Atlantic article. So here I am looking at this 3-layered fucking sandwich of a Republican official saying that he has discussed with Donald Trump the possibility of only sending Trump electors to the Electoral College. This guy comes around and says, no, I didn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Now, here's the thing. Herein lies the rub. I have heard the dude in the comments talk about it. I've heard the guy in the video talk about it. I've seen the article that I read that wasn't the article. I read the other article that I read that wasn't the article. And then there's an article out there somewhere. So I've got 5 sources that have told me this story. You might notice they're all of them that I've run through today. Nobody else is talking about this. That is pretty fucking big news for CNN to not be talking about this. That is pretty fucking big news for MSNBC to not be talking about this. CBS, ABC, nobody's talking about this except the 5 people that I just listed and whatever other random fucking goofy ass news organizations want to make some fucking deal of this thing. You want to know why no major news outlets are talking about this? Because it's bullshit. That's why. Because The Atlantic wrote an article. Everybody in news read this article and went, holy shit. Except instead of doing what you did and going, holy shit, Donald Trump's a monster, they went, holy shit. Can you verify this for me? Oh, you didn't say that. Oh, that was out of context? Oh, that wasn't even what you were, that wasn't even the question? Okay, can I get you on the record saying this? You'd be happy to. Okay, fantastic. Because that's what journalists do. That's what people who want to find out the truth do. That's what, I mean, dude, that's research. You went from a video of a guy translating to you an Atlantic article, right? And then if you even bothered to go to the link in his description, you went to an article where the person who wrote the article was translating to you a totally different article. But then, even if I would have found the Atlantic article, right, I would have probably still dug into this more. And then I would have come up with the refutation of the Republican dude saying, no, that's all bullshit. And then I would have to weigh these two things, right? This is science right now. This is the scientific theory, right? Now I have to weigh these two things. I have 2 conflicting stories. I have an Atlantic story, right? And I have this Republican dude. And this Republican dude is saying this fantastically terrible thing. But this Atlantic guy is saying this fantastically terrible thing. Like, this is a very, very serious, very bad thing that he's talking about. And this dude's saying, no, it's all bullshit. I didn't say that. This is what I said. Now I have to weigh these 2 things. How do I do that? I don't know the Republican dude at all. But I know the fucking Atlantic. And the Atlantic is a shit rag that prints lies. You want to know why I know that the Atlantic is a shit rag that prints lies? Because the article I read today saying that the Atlantic is a shit rag that prints lies is not the first fucking article I've read about the Atlantic printing lies. Mainstream news has talked about the Atlantic printing not lies. It hasn't talked about Donald Trump fucking with the electorate. Now you can say what you want to about mainstream news. But one thing that they do is they talk about shit like Donald Trump is fucking with the electorate. That's something they talk about. They're talking about his taxes. Are you fucking kidding me? They're talking about his taxes again. Nobody fucking cared about his taxes in 2016. Nobody cares about his taxes fucking now. No, nobody fucking cares. After everybody's seen their own taxes for the past 3 years, nobody cares about his anymore. So they're running through his taxes again. You don't think he's fucking with the electorate would be a bigger story? Motherfucker, you gotta be shitting me. Come on. And this is why I believe the Republican dude over the fucking Atlantic. Because the Atlantic is a fucking shit rag that prints lies. And that's your source material. A shit rag that prints lies. I looked through 4 different things before I decided that story was bullshit. How many different things did you look through before you decided it was absolute truth? There's a good question. That's an honest question. That's how we begin an honest discussion, right? But that's kind of an insulting question at the same time, so it's not really an honest discussion. You know? Like, anyways, I talked to him. We're going to see what happens from there. We'll see what happens from there. This saga is still ongoing. This is going to get maybe its own playlist. If it gets another couple of videos, this could get its own fucking playlist. Who even knows? Right? Who even knows? So, but I got to do some sort of video today, right? So, we're going to go back to previously recorded video that I made over the weekend that I was going to publish Monday, but instead I decided to pick a fight to amp things up for the for the fucking debate. So, tomorrow's the debate video. Tonight is the debate in less than 2 hours. Fucking debate. So, we're all going to master debate tonight. We're all going to watch the debate tonight. What did I say? Anyways, we're all going to do that shit tonight. And then you guys have whatever the fuck it is I'm talking about here to talk about. I don't even know. But enjoy! So, I'm looking at comments, I'm answering comments. And this guy's telling me about how Joe Biden called troops stupid bastards and said they were a dull bunch to their face. And I immediately went, dull bunch. I'm like, alright, I gotta hear this shit, dull bunch. This is gonna be funny. So in one comment, he provides a link. Thank you very much. I go to the link. I watch the video in context. Now, Joe Biden's doing like this address, right? Some stupid speech, probably some graduation speech, who knows. And he's talking about how fucking all fire awesome he is. And he says that he was the guy that did something with some other dude, put him in charge of something. And then he goes, clap for that, you stupid bastards. And then people clap, and then he kind of looks at him. And he goes, "Man, you guys are a dull bunch. What's going on?" And like, I'm watching it like, oh, dude, who fucking cares? Like, honestly, that if you're trying to wash away the possibility that Donald Trump called fallen veterans suckers and losers for being in a war, like World War I or World War II, it's a little bit different. It is funny that he called them a dull bunch. That shit just cracks me up. It's one of those fun, like, odd insults. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mel Gibson, but he had a kind of a bad falling out with one of his wives, and she kind of recorded it and posted them online. And in one of them, he called her a glum cunt. That shit just makes me laugh so much to hear him call her a glum. You just look like a glum cunt. I love people that use odd insults. You guys are a dull, man, you guys are a dull bunch. Fuck. You guys are a bunch of sticks in the mud. Ugh. Yeah, like, the thing with Joe Biden is, I'm getting sleepy, it's very late. The thing with Joe Biden is, like, he's kind of that douche that, like, you got like a group of friends that hangs out all the time, right? You might have had this kind of thing in high school or college. I had it in high school, and I had it with people that were in college. I didn't go to college. But yeah, so you have like a group of people that are hanging out. And then every once in a while somebody brings somebody new to the group, and they act like they've been a part of the group forever. So they're like fucking with everybody, but it's not like, you know what I mean? Because they've heard a whole bunch of stories from their friend, so they're in on a whole bunch of jokes, but they got no jokes to launch back, so it's like, well, you're just taking fucking free shots. Like, that's just kind of douchey. Joe's kind of like that. He's that fucking guy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's always the most important guy there, and it's just kind of, I don't think this is gonna get much traction, and if it does, shame on the people for making it get much traction. It's silly. It's funny. I will say it's funny. I'm glad that the dude pointed it out. It is funny to me, you know. But whatever. Like, dull bunch. Maybe they thought they were a dull bunch. I'm looking at the crowd and they're all standing there at attention. I'm like, yeah, that does look like a dull bunch. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, man. They're at graduation or some shit. They're supposed to be a dull bunch there. It gets wild after the graduation. It's very serious during the graduation. Joe Biden just doesn't understand fucking decorum. It's graduation, Joe. That's why they're all standing around at attention being dull. Wait another hour or two. It'll get fun. Just a doddering old man. Whatever. Like, hey, people want to vote for him. Hey, have fun with that. There's no fucking way in hell. Like, it's gonna be a doddering old man no matter what. But a doddering daughter, like a really doddering old man, like, fuck no. Like, the first debate is in 2 days. I'm so glad Fox got the first debate. I'm glad that it's Chris Wallace. Chris is he's a good reporter. I think he's gonna really, I think this shit's gonna be real interesting. I think no matter what, it's gonna be really fucking interesting. And here's what I'm hoping doesn't happen at any debate. I hope that Joe Biden doesn't have, like, a senior moment. And I hope that, like, Donald Trump doesn't fucking, like, poke at Hunter Biden or something like that too hard. And really fucking send Joe Biden into a senior moment where, like, Joe Biden attacks him. I just don't think that the country needs to see two fucking old men wrestling with each other on a debate stage, like, with Secret Service guys going, what the fuck, what the fuck do we do here, man? Oh my god. Dude, we just don't need that shit to happen, first of all. Second of all, at some point, Joe Biden's gonna go into a fugue state, and he's got. Did you ever would you could do everything? He's gonna do that shit at some point, and I just, man, again, the president has become very presidential in the past year. I think the pandemic has really changed him as a president. He's become a lot more serious about shit. He's still pretty flippant with shit, but at the same time, he's become a lot more tactful on picking battles. Man, he cannot make fun of Joe Biden fucking for being old. Like, he can't do it. He's gonna have to be respectful and be like, this just, you know, like, that's what he's got to do. Whenever Joe goes into a thing, whenever he just fucking loses it, just got to be like, does he need help? This is it. Like, I don't know. Like, just fucking, just play it cool, man. You just got to play it cool. So that also needs to not happen. We cannot have Donald Trump really fucking goofing on Sleepy Joe. This is going to be an interesting one. And Chris Wallace needs to ask serious fucking questions. Chris Wallace needs to be serious about this shit. I think Chris Wallace is going to be serious about this shit. Of all of the things, that is the one that I am least worried about, is Chris Wallace. And this is Donald Trump and Joe Biden, however, I am very worried about their behavior during the course of this with each other. I fucking, man, Tuesday, huh? Well, goddamn, this is gonna be some interesting shit. I'm excited. Holy shit. Alright, there you go. Bye.